to Workplace Psychology with Martha Greidick. I'm Dr. Martha Greidick. This podcast examines a wide variety of work-related topics through the lens of industrial and organizational psychology, also known as IO psychology. Many of the ideas and concepts presented here may be relevant to situations outside of the workplace. I suggest that you examine the information offered in the podcast, apply what makes sense to you, and simply discard the rest. Mastering your ability to prioritize tasks at work can be a game changer. It can help you to better manage your time and to maximize your productivity. It also comes with some long-term benefits, such as reduced work-related stress and reduced chances of experiencing burnout. But, as with any other skill, it will take some time and practice. Today's episode will provide some easy, simple, and straightforward tips for better managing your ability to prioritize your tasks at work. And of course, whatever you learn here today can be applied outside of the office as well. First things first, start with a master list of tasks. In other words, take some time to write out all of your tasks in one place on one piece of paper, or if you are using a computer or a tablet, get it all in one place. Don't rush this process. It's important that all of your tasks make it onto your master list. Once you have your master list of all of the tasks that you need to tackle, divide them into 4 separate categories. The categories are urgent, important, least important, and tasks to avoid today. The first 3 are fairly self-explanatory. Obviously, tasks that are categorized as urgent will be the types of tasks that need your attention first. Then will come tasks that are listed or categorized as important. As the name implies, they're still important. Maybe they're not urgent, they're not at the top of your list, but they are still important. And the third category, least important, will take the 3rd place on your list. The 4th category of tasks are those tasks that, generally speaking, may be your time wasters. These things may not be something that you should be tackling at all, or may very well be the kinds of things that could be delegated to someone else. Once you have your list of tasks divided into your 4 categories, you will examine each category one at a time. Let's start with the category that is marked as urgent. Look at the tasks in that category and first figure out which of these tasks could either be deleted from the list, maybe for today, maybe permanently, because situation or circumstances may have changed, and which of these, if any, could be delegated to someone else. Think in terms of time, resources, and skills. If someone else can complete this task faster, better, more efficiently, then why not hand over that task to someone else? And I understand that there are certain tasks that require your attention specifically. However, there are tasks on our to-do lists that, when examined more closely, could in fact be delegated to others. Mastering your ability to prioritize your task requires that you're able to make that call quickly and efficiently. So now that you have potentially shortened that list within your urgent category by maybe deleting or removing or delegating some of your tasks, now it's time to prioritize that subcategory, that category of urgent tasks. So pick one task that we will call priority 1. This is the task that has to be completed before you can move to anything else. You may have 1 or 2 tasks like that, or your list this time around may not have such a task. The goal of this exercise is to prioritize this one specific category as you work on prioritizing your tasks. It may be the case that your tasks within a category need to be prioritized, need to be numbered in order in which they should be completed, or not. And this could change from day to day. So use your judgment in terms of whether or not this subcategory of urgent, the tasks that are listed there, need to be prioritized further. If they do, then do that. As you may have guessed, the next step is to repeat this kind of further examination of the other categories. So take a look at your category of tasks that are listed as important and do the same steps. See what could be deleted or removed from that list and what could be delegated to someone else. Again, we're thinking in terms of time, skill, and resources. If somebody else can do this task faster, better, and more efficiently, then it's a good idea to hand over that task. And remember not to hang on to a task for emotional reasons or sentimental type of attachments. This is about efficiency. Repeat the same steps for the category that is marked as least urgent. Once you have cleaned up and further organized the first 3 categories of your tasks, it's time to go back to each category and assign a time limit for each task. While this particular step, this particular exercise may not necessarily be appropriate every time for every task on your list, I strongly encourage you that you do engage in this step whenever possible. There are many benefits to that. When you take the time to assign a time limit to a task, it helps you to better manage your time, to hone your time management skills. And it can also serve as a motivator to not waste time while you're working on that task, to get going and get it completed. But beyond that, it can also provide a wealth of information if you miss the mark on completing the task within the time frame that you assigned to it. If, for example, you put down 15 minutes for a specific task, but it took you 30 minutes to complete the task, that gives you the opportunity, the chance to review what happened. Was it the case that you simply didn't understand how long that task actually takes? It's a learning opportunity. Or was it the case that you didn't have the resources necessary to complete that task, which slowed you down? It could also be that you were interrupted while you were trying to complete that task. All of those pieces of information can be incredibly helpful as you're trying to hone your time management skills and master your ability to prioritize your tasks. So by now you've taken a good look at the first 3 categories of your tasks. Now it's the time to look at your 4th category, the 4th category being the tasks that you should avoid today. These are tasks that tend to be time wasters or tasks that could just be distracting by their very nature. Oftentimes, these tasks may be removed from your list of tasks altogether, or they can be delegated to someone else. Don't be too quick in dismissing this category. Give some thought as to why these tasks made it to your list at all. A few minutes of introspection can be quite revealing in terms of why these tasks even made it to our list. We may have put those tasks onto a list of things to do, whether subconsciously or consciously, as a way of avoiding other tasks. That's good to know. Hanging on to tasks that don't even belong on your list of tasks can be detrimental to your experience. First, they can really mess up your time management effort. They can waste a lot of time. They can increase the stress in your life. They can decrease your productivity. And long term, they may even contribute to burnout. As you can see, these are easy, straightforward, and very doable tips. If you're willing to devote some time and effort into mastering your task prioritization skills, you will surely succeed. As today's episode comes to an end, let's review what was presented. Mastering your ability to prioritize tasks comes with many benefits, including better time management, decreased stress, increased productivity, and a potential decrease in the likelihood of experiencing burnout. As you tackle your tasks, first, compile a master list of all of your tasks. Next, divide your tasks into one of 4 categories, those being urgent, important, least important, and tasks to avoid today. Review each subcategory and determine which of the tasks listed under that subcategory could be removed or deleted or delegated to someone else. We're thinking in terms of time, resources, and skills. If someone else can complete this task quicker, more efficiently, better than you, then perhaps they need to be doing that task instead of you doing that task. And remember, this list is not written in stone, so you have to be open to making changes and adjustments as needed. Once you narrow down your list of tasks within your subcategories, prioritize the tasks by importance. In the urgent category, a priority 1 task should be completed before you move on to anything else. Repeat the process for the categories listed as important and least important. Go back and assign time limits to each task so that you can practice better time management. Tackle the last subcategory of tasks that should be avoided for the day and determine whether any of these tasks could be delegated or deleted altogether. They may not even belong on your list at all. As the week unfolds, I encourage you to apply what you learned here today in your own daily experience. And remember that what you learned here can be applied outside of the office as well. The more time and effort you put into practicing a skill, the better you will get. So is the case with learning how to prioritize your tasks. Thank you for joining me today. Please subscribe to this podcast. I hope that you will join me again next time. Until then, I wish you joy and well-being.